Hello, it's me, Low Power, once again. Today, I'm gonna do another basketball video. It's just on some comments Shaquille O'Neal made about him and Kobe Bryant being the best combination ever, and some people, I think it was JT and Brick and on the radio or whatever, basically saying and like that was something crazy for him to say. So I'm just giving my opinion. Um, People say Cousy and Russell, Kareem and Magic. Um, this guy even on the radio station, they was even talking about Duggan and Parker, you know. But in my opinion, Shaq and Kobe were the best combination ever. You got Pippen and Jordan won more championships, so did Kareem and Magic. But I think my thing is with Kareem and Magic, I don't look at them as a combo. They were a combo, but I look at the Lakers more of having a very, very good team. They weren't just two guys with average players around them. You know, James Worthy was a heck of a great number three. You know, if this guy was on any other team, he would have been a 24 points a game guy for his career if he didn't play with those two guys. So I don't see Magic and Kareem as strictly a combo because the Lakers teams were so good. They had so many good players. You had Byron Scott, you had Michael Cooper. You had these guys who did things great. You know, they were all good offensively. They weren't bad offensive players. You know, all them guys could put the ball in the hole. Uh, so for me, Shaq and Kobe, when it comes to combos, yeah, I had to say they're number one because you had two guys dominating their position, just dominating above everybody else in the league at the time at that particular position. When the Lakers were winning their championships, Kobe was the most dominant shooting guard in the league. Shaq was the most dominant center in the league. Shaq was the most dominant player in the league, and Kobe was either number two or number three next to Tim Duncan. So when Magic played with Kareem, Kareem was no longer the most dominant. Probably the first year they won a championship, but the other championships he was no longer the most dominant player in the league. Magic, you can say he was the best player in the league, but so it's close. But them guys, I mean, the two together, I'll take those two over Kareem and Magic. That's just my opinion. I'll take those two over those two at they, you know, when they played at their peak. I don't think the '80s Kareem would be able to handle Shaquille O'Neal that won those championships. That's my opinion. I've seen other centers take it to Kareem too much. So, you know, guys that I know Shaq would have an issue dealing with. The biggest thing, or the biggest rub would be Magic and Kobe. Magic game wasn't to dominate scoring wise. He got other people involved while Kobe was basically during that time basically just score. But so I would give Magic the edge there, but still, you know, there was like no drop off. It wasn't that big of a drop off between Kobe and Shaq. You know, while you know they were basically at the same level. So for me, I have to say they're the greatest. Now you would say, how about Pippen and Jordan? To me, it's too much of a drop off between Jordan and Pippen. Jordan was so much a better player than Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen was good enough to help Jordan win 6 championships. He didn't have to be as good as Kobe Bryant to help him win 6 championships. That's how good Jordan was, and their team defense was so good. So I can't put them as a combination over Shaq and Kobe. When guys they won 3 straight championships with straight up support players around them who, you know, really wasn't that good. You know, you had Robert Horry. That's about it. Derek Fisher at times was good. You know, he stepped up. He was a good player, but he plays off of those guys. While the Chicago teams were teams built around Michael Jordan, not Scottie Pippen. They were playing off of Michael Jordan. So while with the Lakers, they played off both of those guys. So I had to say, talent-wise, Shaq and Kobe, #1 combination. They were like having Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain on the same team. I know, of course, Kobe is not as good as Michael, not in my opinion. But there were times that he did play on Michael's level during those championship runs. And Shaq, to me, I understand Wilt dominated more than Shaq, but I think that's because of the way the game was played back then, how fast they played the game, how quick they shot the ball, and they had smaller players. The rules were different. So I don't really believe that if the two went against each other, I don't really believe that you would see much of a difference. I want to give Wilt the benefit of the doubt because of how dominant he was, but when I remember what Shaq was doing those 3 years, I can't imagine anybody being more dominant than him. So, and when I look back at Wilt, I just don't see anybody. I don't see him being able to. I can see him going with Shaq. Don't get me wrong. I can see them going at each other, but I don't see him just outplaying Shaq on a consistent basis. And it would have been great. Shaq would get up for playing somebody like Wilt Chamberlain, and they would go at it. So I say that's even right there. So if you had, imagine having Michael Jordan at 80% and a Wilt Chamberlain playing with each other. You can't get better than that as a combination. I think that's what the Lakers had. So I don't think Shaq was off the wall to say that. I think the other things he was saying is kind of off the wall because Shaq is he's my favorite player. Him and Isaiah Thomas, but he's a revisionist. He revised history based on how he's feeling right now. The problems they had nothing to do with marketing. They just had issues. So that's my opinion. If you guys want to comment on it, somebody comment, put a video response. I want to see how everybody else think. But I'll tell you, when Shaq and Kobe were on the same page, they were unstoppable, invincible. It's when they got off the same page which was the problem. So that's my opinion. And so I'd like to hear from the rest of you guys. Let me know what you think. All right, bye.